here tonight as we remember the lives of the students who lost their lives in tragedy at the University of Idaho. As we begin tonight's ceremony, I'd like to ask all of us to close our eyes and spend a minute remembering those that we have lost and the impact they have made on society. Thank you. It is so very obvious how loved the students are tonight. We see the impact they have made on their families, friends, and communities. These four people played each a role in the lives of others, but now an unfillable hole remains. As humans, we tend to want to make things rational, we question why, and seek some kind of response. But tonight there is no rational reason. Darkness exists in our world. However, we must remember that even in the darkest of nights, through the fiercest of winds and the biting cold, a night like tonight, light can still shine, can still warm, can still guide us forward. When the rain begins to fall, blow through, the light may dim, but we know the flame is never truly extinguished, and the fires of friends and family still burn. So when we see our loved ones' lights burning low, be the spark to reignite their fire. No one must walk alone, nor grieve alone. Together we light the world. Alone, we freeze in darkness. Be the light. I'd now like to invite President of the University, President Dr. Trump, to give a few remarks.
Thank you, Adam. As many of you will know, I don't typically speak in written remarks. I speak from the heart, even with what you convey. Tonight, my heart is so full that I had to pour the words on paper beforehand, so I could speak without simply falling into my own brain. I will begin by telling you something about myself that not many people knew before this week. I'm sharing this not because I'm what matters here. I will tell you in a moment what I think does matter here, but because it will provide some context to what I'm going to say. I went to graduate school at the University of Florida. In Gainesville, 5 students were the victims of stabbing murders in 1990. Their families suffered, the university suffered, the community suffered. It took years and a great deal of work for the whole community to begin to recover. Running down a long stretch of a busy road, 34th Street, is a designated graffiti wall. There remains to this day a painted memorial with their names: Sonia Larson, Christine Powell, Krista Hoyt, Tracy Paulus, and Manny Taboda, along with the word remember. Every time I painted another part of that wall, I touched their memorial. That space was sacrosanct. No one painted over their names, and the memorial has been maintained since the day it was painted. Tracy and Manny live just across the driveway from me in my apartment complex. 32 years later, we still remember them. We still remember their names. They will never be forgotten. They were beautiful, young, talented people with bright futures. I continue to mourn their loss and to celebrate the light they bring into the world. This week, I brought into that circle 4 other beautiful, young, talented people with bright futures. Ethan Chapin, Zaina Kernodle, Madison Logan, Kaylee Goncast. I promised you I would tell you who matters. They matter. I want you to say their names. Ethan, Zaina, Madison, Kaylee, and never forget. Ethan, Zaina, Madison, Kaylee. They matter and you matter. You can keep their memory alive. And because of them, you must remember to appreciate the touch of someone beloved, to welcome the sun on your face, to relish the joys of this season and every season, to appreciate the sights and sounds and wonders all around you. Ethan, Zaina, Madison, and Kaylee cannot be replaced. We have all suffered the loss of their gifts and their presence, particularly those who love them most keenly. But we can remember, and we can live a good, rich, and beautiful life to honor them. Through our care and love, we can become a beacon of light that shines across our state, to our sister institutions, to their families, and to the world around us. Together we can lift up the people around us, enfold them in our care. Remember to be generous. Remember the preciousness of all our days. Today, I wear the black and gold of the University of Idaho. Today, our long-standing rivalry is set aside. Today, on this day when we come together to create light in a painful and dark time, we are all bandits. Support one another. Give one another love. Ethan, Zaina, Madison, Kaylee, we will remember.
People, every morning. It was just
I was in this mountain, loving this small mountain. You really were the life of the party.
Just in case
Maddie, Kaylee, Zana's friends and family.
Yeah,
My prayers for justice should serve.
because I think they can just cut away to you at any time and stuff is the idea. So I'm gonna dial into IFU too. I don't know if that's so you can at least hear Danny or whatever. All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Hayden. I thank you all dearly for showing the support of me, friends and family, and those people we also support. Tonight, we are going to celebrate the lives of
Although I didn't know Maddie, Kaylee, or Ethan very well, I was lucky enough to have met them. They were incredibly sweet and they made us in peace. My heart goes out to all of them. I hung out with Xana a few times throughout high school at parties and gatherings. Little did I know that this girl would eventually have such a big impact on my life. Around junior year of high school, Xana and I were almost inseparable, even though we didn't go to the same school. We would spend almost every weekend together and have the time of our lives. At the beginning of senior year, we had such busy schedules and we didn't get to see each other as often, which broke both of our hearts. When the pandemic hit, a few of my friends, Tran, Callie, Jake, Jesse, and I, spent every day together until college. I remember how excited she was for college and to meet so many more new friends. And when she got to school, she did exactly that. I wish I could tell you all the stories I have of her because honestly, she was one of the funniest and most caring people I have ever met. It's hard to find friends that share the same values and have the same characteristics of what a real friendship is and how it matters to them. I was lucky enough to have had her as one of my best friends. We never cared about money. We just wanted to have fun and live life to the fullest. Her smile was contagious, and I am so grateful to have known the sweet girl she is. She helped me through a lot of tough times and truly showed me to live life no matter what people say. I was blessed to have the opportunity to visit her at school many times, and it was always the most amazing time well spent, and I wish I could have been there. I'll see you again one day, and I know you're in heaven right now, surrounded by all the people you love. They will all be missed, and you will sing in your mouth. I love you, Xana. Callie. My name is Carly, and early in life, I grew up in Post Falls, Idaho. I knew Xana through a friendship I shared with her older sister after attending Prairie View Elementary School. I will always remember how funny she was from a young age and how she used to follow us around. She always looked up to her older sister, even though they fought, like, all the time. She was just a light to those who knew her. Even later in life, when I would run into her, I was always greeted with a smile and a hug. Once I moved to Coeur d'Alene, I attended Winton Elementary School where I met Maddie. We became friends and flash forward to middle school, became close to Kaylee through Maddie. They were always like sisters to each other throughout the years. I remember jumping on the trampoline and watching MTV Cribs at Kaylee's house, to watching reality TV and trying on makeup at Maddie's so vividly. There's so many stories I wish I could tell, but my brain is so scrambled at the moment. We would eventually go to the same high school where by sophomore year, we met so many new people that we ended up in different friend groups. They were truly social butterflies. They were gorgeous, hilarious, smart, and driven people. Even now, when I picture them in my head, I can only see their contagious laughs and smiles. After I hadn't talked to them in a little while, we went to junior homecoming together, and I was reminded of their loyalty to friends that can be seen throughout the way they carried themselves in so many friendships. I lost touch with them for a while after we graduated, and plus I had moved 7 hours away. This spring, I saw Maddie was going to spend the summer with her boyfriend down here, and I had texted her that I would love to grab food with her and catch up. She had responded that it would be fun and that she would love that. Unfortunately, I was gone so much this summer that I had forgot to have that lunch, and I will always regret that. Later in the summer, I ran into both Kaylee and Maddie in downtown Boise, and was still greeted with a smile and a hug, even though I hadn't seen them in years. They are people who shaped who I am today in crucial years in my life, and I will always think fondly of the friendships I had with them. My whole hometown is hurting this week. May they rest in peace. Until I see you again, Carly.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Scarlett, and I grew up in Coeur d'Alene and went to the University of Idaho my freshman year. I was not sure of how to put all my feelings and memories into words tonight. I am still in utter shock, and I am so angry and so sad. It has been hard for us close to the victims to wrap our head around this tragedy. I sadly was not that close to Ethan, but through Xana, he seemed to be an all-around amazing guy. He always supported her and complimented her personality perfectly. I grew up in the same area as Maddie and Kaylee and had many mutual friends. Coeur d'Alene is a small community and everybody knows everyone. Though we weren't close in high school, I always knew they were so bubbly, bright, and driven. As I transitioned into my freshman year at the University of Idaho and rushing off a fee, I got closer with Kaylee. She was a year above me in the house. She could walk into any room and make anyone smile. You could always hear her laugh and the laughter of others from anywhere in the house, wherever she was. She was so smart, driven, and excelled in everything she did. When I needed advice, she would be the best person to get it from. When I decided to move from U of I down to Boise, she made so much of an effort to reach out and comfort me and always remind me to worry about myself and put myself first. Xana has been one of my very good friends since my sophomore year of high school. Though we went to different high schools, our friend groups mixed together, and we spent countless weekends together and made so many memories, some that I do wish I could remember more. Xana was truly an EDM queen. She gave me my current love for the genre, and I will always remember her when I hear any Louis the Child song. Xana and I went through the sorority rush process together. She was my rock through it all. We even spent the first 2 nights down in Moscow together, so excited for bid day. Xana ended up rushing Pi Beta Phi, and it was the perfect forever home for her. Throughout our freshman year, we would soon become part of the same Greek family, sharing a bid. We went to so many fam nights together, so many outings, and anytime we were out, you could always see her living her best life. She always had a smile on her face, and she was always dancing. And she always wanted to have fun. She was driven academically and truly loved where she was heading in life. She is a part of my friend group that can never be replaced. I feel a void in my heart that is truly unable to be filled. I know she is watching over us and keeping the party and all the vibes going above. Xana, I miss you, and I will see you again soon. My heart is broken for all 4 of the victims and for their families and close friends. I am so sad. I pray we get closure in the coming days, and I know the memories and lives of Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee will always be celebrated and remembered. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's obvious that there's so many people who are here tonight that have personal stories and memories. We really appreciate you all coming up and sharing that. Really quickly, I just want to share for all the students from Boise State that are here today. We do have a representative from Counseling Services, Nicole, here. If it would be helpful to talk with her or learn more about counseling on campus, please, you can go talk to her directly. Also, the Dean of Students Office, if there's any impact this is having on your classes or just anything that you need to touch base with as we kind of enter in the last phase of the semester, please let us know. I'll be back with Nicole and available to talk with you as well. I'm going to pass the mic back over to Adam Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, I look around here tonight and I see hundreds and hundreds of sad and distraught faces. People who have clearly felt an unmeasurable loss. You have to remember that the way is with each other. Don't forget that you are not alone, that you have others, that others have you. Thank you all for coming out here tonight and remembering the lives that we have lost, the impacts that they have made. And remember that we must always keep in our hearts the 4 people that we have lost. They are lost when they are truly gone from our hearts. Do not let them leave from your hearts and from your memory. Thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you.
couple shots.